Hello and welcome to another edition of Paranormal Activity and Mysterious Stories. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video here. The first is a nighttime shot of some strange lights in the sky. Been getting a few of these lately. Next is an old video, a news report of drones over Colorado. Now, this has been going on for several years, and I wanted to post this to show that, this has been going on since 2014, and they still don't know what's happening. Let's see, I got another article. 3 black military helicopters closely watching a UFO above Los Angeles. This also is an older video that I just recently came across. It was just posted on November 3rd, yesterday, but I believe this is an older footage. Let's see. Also, an article from the Daily Mail. NASA reestablishes contact with 43-year-old Voyager 2, which is 11.6 billion miles from Earth after repairs to antenna in Australia left spacecraft flying solo for 7 months. Let's see. And then an article from the Black Vault. This is a document informing the House Armed Services Committee received a briefing on unidentified aerial phenomenon. So disclosure is happening. And this is another great video from Emery Smith. I did a video of him yesterday talking about some other things, but in this video, he's talking about how we have built a base in the Marianas Trench to monitor a portal that UFOs come in and out of. And also he reveals that he took samples, skin and muscle samples from a aquatic humanoid a dead aquatic humanoid that they found down in the ocean. Very interesting. And then last is an article from The Sun. It's just some pictures of different interesting places that you can find using Google Earth. So take a look at that. Okay, let me get to the first one here. Let's go large screen. Now, like I said, this is very similar to other objects that have been seen flying at night. And whatever these objects are, I don't think they're coming from other galaxies, other planets, other dimensions, just to do this. That's it. And then what are they going to do? They're going to turn around and go back to their planet or go visit another planet and do the same thing? That, doesn't make any sense. To me, it makes more sense that all of these UFOs that we see are from this planet. At least, the majority. Let's take a look at this one here. Like I said, now this is just a news report of strange drones being spotted. You can hear the audio here.
Looked as if they were hovering right over Baldy Mountain behind me. And while no one from the Breckenridge Police Department or Sheriff's Departments wanted to talk about the objects on camera, several people at those organizations saw them, and others around town reported the strange things flying over the skies of Breckenridge, sending police out to investigate these shiny, white, tiny dots in the sky. Some people off camera said they saw them form triangles and a line. On our camera, it seemed as if they didn't move at all. In fact, it took some help for most people to even see them.
The very top of the trees, and then just go to the left in the blue sky. There's all those kind of wispy clouds. There's a white dot right near the edge of those wispy clouds.
And notice how he said that some people witnessed them forming triangles or getting into lines. I have heard that a lot of these UFOs that do start getting into these different positions, that what they're doing is they're forming star constellations. Because apparently, if a passing UFO, let's say there's an alien flying by a planet, and of course, if they have the technology to travel intergalactically, then they would most likely also have some type of technology to scan a planet. And if they scan a planet and they find structures that match star constellations, then that tells the passing alien that the people on that planet are most likely intelligent or at least also star travelers. right? And you think about on our planet, we have the Pyramid of Giza, which matches the shape of the Orion's belt, and there are other megalithic sites also that seem to match star constellation. So again, that's supposedly a way of telling any passing alien that there's intelligent life down here, or at least life that also travels into the stars. Let's see. This one here, 3 black military helicopters closely watching a UFO above Los Angeles. This event took place recently when the residents of Los Angeles witnessed an unidentified flying object, a large sphere in the sky above the city. As we can see in the video obtained from different witnesses. So apparently this was captured several times.
3 helicopters, a dot. They're trying to, that's a UFO right there. That's something.
Yeah, that's definitely something there.
Something else. 3 helicopters facing that dot. Trip the fuck out. I should go look outside right now.
Wow, it'd be really great if he could figure out some way to get rid of all this black space here, or if he could have figured out a way to get this UFO and the helicopters in frame. Wow, I wonder what he could have done. Like, what can you do to get rid of this empty black space here? I wonder if there's a simple solution to that. Asking for a friend. Anyways, I'll leave a link to this. Yeah, this happened in 2019. So, yeah, this happened last year, but still, you got 3 helicopters looking at this sphere. I don't remember hearing anything about this. Anyways, let me go to the next story here. NASA reestablishes contact with 43-year-old Voyager 2, which is 11.6 billion miles from Earth. Voyager 2 has been traveling through space since launching in 1977. The spacecraft is now more than 11.6 billion miles from Earth. NASA cut off communication with the probe in March to repair a satellite. The craft received the signal and sent a reply that reached NASA 34 hours later. Amazing. NASA has established contact with its Voyager 2 spacecraft as it travels more than, it says 1.6, but I'm sure they meant 11.6 billion miles from Earth, after the probe was left flying solo for 7 months while repairs were made to the radio antenna in Australia they used to control it. Wow, that's pretty amazing. 11.6 billion miles from Earth. Incredible. Okay, so let's take a look at this other article here. Classified briefing on unidentified aerial phenomenon. The following document is the House of Representatives Committee on Armed Services summary of progress of specific studies and investigations for March of 2020. This document reveals that on March 11, 2020, the full committee received a classified briefing on unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP. Specifically, it was to the Future of Defense Task Force, as confirmed by a House spokesperson. On November 3, 2020, the Black Vault also confirmed that the U.S. Navy was responsible for giving the briefing to the House Armed Services Committee. Navy officials, as part of the UAPTF, have and will continue to meet with interested congressional members and staffers to provide classified briefings on the progress of our effort to understand and identify these threats to the safety of our aviators and security of our operations. Follow-up discussions with other interested members and or staffers will also continue as necessary or requested. So this is basically disclosure taking place. This is disclosure with a small d. I've said this in some of my other videos. I don't believe disclosure with a big D will ever happen. I don't think an official head of state will make a formal announcement that we are not alone in the galaxy, that UFOs are real. Because if they did, it would open up too many other agencies to litigation. I mean, think about all of the people throughout the years who reported UFOs and then were either fired from their jobs or had their careers ruined because they told the truth. So now, if it comes out that a government official makes a formal announcement and acknowledges the existence of UFOs, and they're going to have to admit that they've been studying them, then like lawyers are going to start lining up with lawsuits of people who to this day had their lives or careers ruined. So that is why I believe, disclosure with a big D, where there's a head of state announcing to the world at a press conference that UFOs and aliens are real, never going to happen. Daddy, please tell me Santa is real. I want to believe. Nope, that's never going to happen. Okay, disclosure is happening as it is right now with people like me, just making these videos. People like Linda Moulton Howe, Stephen Greer, Tom DeLonge, Nick Pope, Richard Dolan, and the list goes on. There's a whole bunch of people out there talking about the presence of UFOs. Now, sure, there are people within government who do know more information, who are withholding, who are part of the truth embargo, and they're allowed to lie to us because we let them. We let these people lie to us. And we have to remember, there are a lot more people who want the truth out than there are people who are withholding the truth. So we have to start demanding these people. We have to stop being a bunch of spineless jellyfish and allowing government officials to lie to us, blatantly lie to our faces. We need to start standing up to these people and say, hey, tell us the truth. Actually, you got guys like this Emery Smith. Now, he's basically revealing a lot of the truth. Now, although I definitely understand that he works for the government still, and I'm sure he's not allowed to reveal the entire truth. He has a particular narrative that he can, or that he's allowed to reveal. But for the most part, I think, he is telling us the truth as much as he can. Because like I said, I'm sure he still works for the government and the government wants to control the narrative. But anyways, let's take a look at what he has to say here.
And then it got covered with water. And in the Marianas Trench, there's a large portal there that they've been following for quite some time and evaluating and taking tests on this, where these craft are coming in and out of this portal. They're not engaging them. They're not trying to do anything. They're just kind of watching what is going on here. And it's near this other ancient structure that's down there. So they put a base there that's very close by to monitor, this portal, and also build out a base down there where they can spend a lot more time analyzing the portal, analyzing this archaeological find.
Are these bases there primarily, Emery, to monitor ET movement or something else?
Well,
see there, he just revealed that we built a base underwater in order to monitor a portal that UFOs routinely use to travel back and forth. And again, if there's a portal on our planet, these UFOs aren't using these portals just to visit us or just to, go look for fish. If they have portals underwater, logic, or at least Occam's razor would mean that they most likely also have bases or civilizations underwater. In fact, Emery Smith acknowledges that there are civilizations underwater. Let me get to that part here. Let's see.
So they sent me out there to bring the samples back with me.
That was your mission?
That was it.
And what kind of samples were they?
They were muscle and tissue samples
Of
a type of aquafarian being.
And what did these tissues show you?
I wasn't part of the genetics for that program. I was only there to take it. Yeah, I was just a tech.
When you say an aqua being, are you talking about something like a mermaid?
It's like a mermaid. They found
Really?
a civilization that lives down there that very rarely comes out.
ET, or were they Earth?
They're human looking, but with fins. I spoke about this in other episodes. They have webbed hands. They have fins that go down the outside of their arms and legs and their body, kind of like a cuttlefish. They're like a bluish white color, I would say. They have more rounder heads, and they do have gills. They breathe only underwater.
Huh.
They do not like light at all. They have very large eyes. They can see definitely underwater.
A species that we probably don't know about?
Yeah, it's a species
Up on top.
they're trying to learn about now. A lot of these species, I think, are being discovered. I'm sure more and more will, come out in the future. of these species that are, living down there, living in the inner earth caverns of the Marianas Trench and being able to withstand these pressures.
Okay, like I said before, I'm not the only person that is saying that we're not alone on this planet. Here's Emery Smith. He just revealed that there are civilizations underwater and that they are discovering more civilizations underwater. And what I also find interesting is right after Emery told George that these aquatic beings live in civilizations underwater, his first question was, are they ET? Are they extraterrestrial? And I think it's because, like most of us, we are conditioned to automatically assume that anything that we don't recognize has to come from outer space. And I think we need to stop doing that. We need to understand that, just like Emery Smith has said, like Linda Moulton Howe has said, like Tom DeLonge has said, there are advanced beings that live on this planet also. And, like I said, most of the UFOs we see are most likely controlled by these advanced beings. Now, no doubt there has to be some that come from other dimensions, other galaxies, right? No doubt. But I think the majority of the UFOs that we see are from this planet. And I say that because think back of like disclosure. I believe disclosure started in 1947 or, whenever they allowed the Roswell information to be leaked. I think that's when disclosure began. And disclosure also started when Dr. Stephen Greer held his disclosure project in 2001. And he also held a second disclosure project. Stephen Bassett has held the citizens hearing on disclosure. And if I'm not mistaken, he also held a second citizens hearing on disclosure, right? I watched Greer's movie, Unacknowledged. James Fox also did a movie about the government, how our governments are covering up the existence of UFOs, right? Every night of the week on some cable channel is a show called Ancient Aliens or some other show talking about how we encountered aliens or how aliens have existed in the past. And something else to think about. People who have seen like all these shows and, think about all of the photos and videos that they show you of alien craft. And, sure, there's fake ones, but let's not talk about the fake ones. Let's only concentrate on the legit, right? There's definitely a number of legitimate photos of UFOs and legitimate videos of UFOs. Now, just the legitimate ones, where are most of these photos? Aren't all of these photos and videos taken around this planet or near bodies of water? How often do you see a photograph or a video of a UFO in space, right? Sure, there's maybe 5%. And out of the 5% of videos or photos of UFOs in space, most of them are either coming into our atmosphere or leaving our atmosphere. Right? So if the majority of photos and videos that we have show UFOs around our planet and in our oceans, wouldn't logic or Occam's razor dictate that those crafts most likely come from this planet also? And like I said, and here it is. Emery Smith is acknowledging. He just said that there are civilizations underwater, and we are discovering more all the time, and that this information is going to be revealed. So the last one here is just it's an article from The Sun, about different places on Earth using Google Earth where you can see strange objects. Like this, I don't know, is this man-made? That's definitely weird. And this is in Egypt. Something else strange, sacred pyramid. Yeah, here's this one that, they're saying that this thing down here is a spider that's 50 meters across, which I think would be like 150, 160 feet. That, I don't know, could have been done. That could be an art project. This here definitely looks like an alien ship, but it could also be someone's home who that was built to look like an alien ship. Don't know what that is. Strange. But anyways, I'll leave a link to this page in the description. I'll leave links to everything on this site. And, you know, like I said, folks, disclosure with a big D is never going to happen. Disclosure is going to take place with people like me, you know, people who aren't afraid anymore. People like, people like you who aren't afraid to talk to other people about it and set them straight. That, yeah, we're not alone on this planet, folks. And the evidence is piling up every day. More and more is being revealed. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you like videos like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.